These, in my opinion, are the best and worst brands to buy your eyeshadow from. First, we got Huda Beauty. This is the Huda Beauty nude palette. I'm just using this for reference. I actually have like almost every single one of her palettes, and I like never wear eyeshadow. I just collect them. These sparkles here and this glitter is really pigmented. Anytime you buy anything from Huda Beauty, it doesn't matter what palette, Huda Beauty eyeshadow is without a doubt some of the most consistent formulas that I have ever seen in my life. You're gonna get pigments. It's going to blend so well. As in my time capsule, I bought this is the first ever palette released by Huda Beauty. This is her original rose gold palette. It came out in 2016. It's old as fuck. Next we got Too Faced. I used to collect Too Faced, but here's the thing about Too Faced. I just find it like, no, I find it kind of chalky. You're not gonna get like extreme pigment. It's gonna be like a lot more natural of a look. This is the chocolate bar palette. This is hella old. Depending on the shade of the eyeshadow and the palette, I've noticed that Too Faced formulas can be kind of inconsistent. Some of their palettes and eyeshadows are really pigmented. Some of them are really disappointing. I feel like Too Faced eyeshadow is cute for natural everyday, and it's not like very dramatic. So if you like something that's like more natural everyday, a lot of it is browns, a lot of it is like neutrals, a lot of it's taupes. Tarte is literally the exact same of Too Faced, where it's just like a nice natural everyday palette. A lot of the shades in a lot of their stuff is brown, taupes. I think that this is a really, really, really good beginner palette. I literally got this, I think like fucking 10 years ago, and I still use it sometimes, which is like bad because you're not supposed to use the expired makeup. But the good thing about eyeshadow is that it doesn't really expire. Like, it kind of does, but it's not going to give you like chemical burns or rashes or any of that. It's just going to be like a little less pigmented, and it might be patchy. Next, we've got Natasha Denona. This is the retro palette. This was like quite expensive, I think $80. I was sold because it resembles strongly the Huda Beauty nude palette, and I thought that, well, you know, my Huda Beauty palette's getting kind of old, and I need a fresh, new, pigmented, easily blendable eyeshadow. This is $80, and Natasha Denona is like a very well-known brand for eyeshadow. It's Sephora. It is chalk. You can't, even the sparkles. My favorite, the best of the best of the best is Patrick Ta. This is the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions I, which means 3. I swear to God if I drop it. These are really wearable shades. I literally use this every single day. It's my everyday palette. I got it as a present for myself for Christmas last year. I have not gone one day without using it. Overall, Patrick Ta, I feel like their whole brand is just hits, like constant hits. Like, Patrick Ta is probably one of the most reliable brands ever that I've ever experienced in my whole life. The only downside is be very, very, very careful with this because I broke it. You can't take that palette on vacation with you. You can't take it on an airplane. You can't even put it in a backpack or a purse. It has to stay put in one spot because it is very fragile. It's almost ridiculous how fragile it is. So if you're gonna go with Patrick Ta, I would go with just this one because this one's more sturdy because it doesn't have any sparkles, but it's 100% worth your money. It is 100% worth your money. I love it. It's my favorite palette in the whole wide world.